Hello, we're all psychic podcast and listeners. This is Lisa Russick with the podcast We're All Psychic. Today is a weird day. There is a Cazimi, or there was, or is, or what? It's happening, or sometime. Today it happened. Cazimi in Aries with Chiron, from what I understand. I thought it was in Mercury, but I found out it was in Chiron. Hell, maybe it's both. And yes, I still think we're all psychic. I had been going through listeners and watchers. I had to cancel some podcasts. I don't like doing that. But my mother is not doing well in the hospital. And, it's not going well, of course. She is declining rapidly. What I want to talk to you listeners about in this episode that I may or may not publish is what I am experiencing through this Cazimi and Aries from the astrological lens, and also from point of view of a spiritualist walking the spiritual path and trying to make it through shit like this. Honest to God. Your mom dies, it ain't no joke, and she hasn't died yet. Doesn't say she is. No worst case scenario or anything, but you know what? So Cazimi is when a planet is in the heart of the sun, they say. Or, in this case, an asteroid. Chiron. Or Chiron. I'm really not sure how to pronounce it. I like Chiron. But in astrology, they consider that the wounded healer astrology sign. So what that means to me personally, and from what other people have said it means to them too, is that this asteroid in your astrology chart shows like something deep inside of us that we all hurt really bad about. No one's Chiron is worse than yours. Mine. That's how it feels. It really does feel that way. Mine's in Aries. Aries has to do with identity. And mine is at 24 degrees in my birth natal chart, which means it's very close to the one happening today, which is at 26 degrees. And from what I understand, it's intense. And I did understand that could happen. And gosh, I was not wrong, but I was not ready. From my point of view with this, there have been many moments of pure bliss. And then pure fury, and then closeness to God, and then my cats came through and just talked to me. A lot of strange things. Could be my mother, could be my father and brother dynamics, family dynamics. But the way I experience this, as I am in a Chiron return at 50, which is when, according to astrology, you go through a really big time and you have to figure it out. And I've been going through it, as you all know, if you've been paying attention to the podcast, and I publish this. And I think you know anyway. That's why earlier I was, I'll tell you this first. I'll show you. Let's see if this will work. Don't look at my kitchen. So see that one? Oh no, it's blurry. I'm not the cleanest lens person. That one wouldn't light. And I got in front of it. I was all pissed. And it wouldn't light. And I said to it, I lit it with a match because my torches are missing. I found one. It wouldn't light. All my lighters died. Well, you hear that, listeners. Look at this, listeners. The life of a spiritualist. Let's get back to what we're talking about. So nothing's normal. Nothing's weird. It really isn't to me. So I said to this one, I said, first I lit a match. And I said, Kali and Kuan Yin. I said, bring your compassion and righteousness together for this candle to light and guide. And it kind of flickered a little bit. And then I felt Hecate, them say Hecate. She does that. And it kind of flickered a little more. And then I asked her, and it flickered a little more. It wasn't lighting though. I had been trying to light it for like a while. For me. A while, I don't know what that means, but it was a while. And so, my experience was then asking for love to light the candle. And for God to light the candle. And it did light. And it's still going, guys. The storm's getting pretty crazy. I know, and I still haven't been able to take baths because of the POTS flares and health issues. If I do, I could pass out in the bath. I just think about that. I knew someone who did, but she had seizures. It's getting crazy out there, guys. Of course, it's getting crazy out there. Everyone I've been close to, when someone they love passed, something crazy happened. In a way, they call it crazy, but it's just an expression of that person's soul, I think. And the candles are of love. It could be a million souls being born and dying right now. Not souls, bodies. Souls grow. Souls stagnate. They don't go backwards, I don't think. Hope not. But I've been going backwards and then forwards and then backwards and then forwards. Astrologically, maybe this means my Cazimi moment as my Cazimi, my Chiron being at 24 degrees and my 10th house in Aries. And right now is the Cazimi at 26 degrees. The heart of the sun, the heart of the truth. The heart of love. There is no other love like the inside of the sun. It's the warmest place there is. It generates everything, right? And man, there's like car alarms going off and stuff. This storm is insane. What is going on, Lord? It did warn me on my phone, but and it's just like the day has been up and down. I've had insights. I've had flashes. And I talked to a good friend, Taylor. Love you, Taylor. And we connected on cat love. My cats have really been so wonderful. And you know, pet lovers, you know, they are never gone. They're always with you. If they do happen to slip over somewhere. And by that I mean they're in the spirit realm. And they choose to go there, I think, if they want to. That's what they tell me anyway. I don't know what's going to happen. And by that I mean with my mother, or my parents, or my family, or me. It's hard to not have control or feel like accepting that. Like, or you have to, you know. Accept you don't have control. But you do have expression, and you do have prayer, and you do have, I think, we all do. I think we all have, like, in us, not bargaining, but love. Like, really offering love for a reason that sincerely means something that maybe something the God inside of us hasn't considered before. I don't know if I want to edit the audio because this storm is very Chiron in Aries. And speaking of Aries and astrology, everything's in Aries, practically. You know, a lot of planets, 6, everything Chiron, something like that. Everything's in Aries. Aries is about who we are, what we believe in, and it's then for how we do it, which is a lot of times very explosively, or a lot of times really passionately. It's hard to tell the difference. I don't know what tomorrow brings for me. And I have learned this from Akasha Prime. I love you, Akasha. That you can create your reality, and you can't create anyone else's. 26 is my lucky number. So, you know, right now, 26 sounds really good for a Cazimi on Aries with Chiron. For me, anyway. Because personally, 26 is a lucky number. And I told you about that in another podcast. So, we'll get with it, listeners. I'm going to try to publish this. I may not. I don't know. You'll find out before I do, probably. I am I am feeling very strong in myself from moment to moment. I just want to tell you my experience with this. If someone is going through their Cazimi or going through their Aries, Chiron return, especially if it's an Aries I'm in, which is about identity. And it's really weird because I have Jupiter in Aries too. And it's in the 10th house. So, but my Taurus is in the 11th. Taurus is in the 10th house. My sun in Taurus is in the 10th house. And sometimes I think I need to heal in public according to astrology. But I don't know how to heal. I'm working on it though. And I do it all the time. I work on trying to heal. Why? I don't know. I got nothing better to do. Honestly, I really don't. But I want to do it too. I like doing it through creative expressions. And I like to do it connecting with people, but I don't really connect with people too well. And I don't know why. Maybe I expect too much, or I don't know. It just hasn't been good for me that way. Chiron and Aries. I don't believe in myself. I won't stand up for myself. I won't say what I think or what I feel. Because when I do, I get persecuted. That's Chiron and Aries. And then standing up to that persecution and not taking it on is really what that is about, I think. I just would like to tell you, listeners and watchers, what kind of pulled me out of it for this moment was you guys. And I wanted to tell you about it in case any of you are doing anything like this. And maybe you'll listen to this and understand what I'm going through. Whether it's your mother or Chiron or whatever it may be. You're just not feeling right. But you know yourself and you know you're right. You know? Don't doubt yourself. I have a lot of health issues. I have to take care of it by myself. My body temperature has not been regulated for about 3 weeks. I'm doing it myself. It's not what I want. It's made me stronger. And that's what Chiron and Aries may be about. Loving me, doing me first, for a reason. And the reason being to survive. What else? Thank you, listeners and watchers. I'm kind of at a loss here. I'd love to hear from you. If you want to leave a comment, I'm here. Love to hear it. And prayer for everybody. Thank you, Everclear, my sponsor. Everclear is an advice app and website where you can get advice from psychics and empaths to get the clarity you need to create the life you deserve. Thank you, Everclear. Thank you, Donna, my co-host. I hope I can get back to podcasts soon. I love doing podcasts. I love doing my work, but right now I just can't do it because health. And, I can, but it would be very bad. It wouldn't be a good job. I like to do a good job. So, peace out, listeners. Thank you. Any advice, any help, any prayers, if you don't want to give it in public, that's great. I don't care. I'd love to help. Any help you have. Thank you. And Taylor, I love you.